Well, hello my lovelies, it's Murky Meg here. It's Tuesday the 15th of December and today's video is following on from yesterday's video where I touched on the fact that Oprah Winfrey did an Instagram post saying that Meghan Markle had gifted her a basket full of organic latte packages. Turns out Meghan is actually invested in this company. Yes, she has put some money into this startup brand called Clever Blends. Clever spelled a very unique way. Now, this company sells instant coffee pre-mixed with dried oat milk and mushrooms. The brand describes itself as woman-led, mission-driven wellness company. I'll touch on that a little bit later on because that is not the case. It's dedicated to give a bleep. Yes, that's right. It's on their website. It only has 6 staff at its headquarters in Santa Barbara, which is just a stone's throw away from Meghan and Harry's mega bucks mansion. Now, the company sells what it calls super lattes in 14 serving bags, and they charge $28 for these bags. Now, remember when I said that they are promoting themselves as a woman-led? Yes, they do have a lot of women working for them, but it's not founded by women. In fact, it's founded by Chief Executive Hannah Mendoza and Chief Operating Officer Roger Coppola. So it's not women-led at all. It's ran by a woman and a man. Meghan confirmed to Fortune magazine that this investment is in support of a passionate female entrepreneur who prioritizes building communities alongside her business. I'm proud to invest in Hannah's commitment to sourcing ethical ingredients and creating a product that I personally love and has a holistic approach to wellness. I do find it interesting that when they left the royal family, do you remember their kind of mission statement website? They said that they were going to work with grassroots journalists and up-and-coming media outlets. So far, she's worked with Fortune, the New York Times, and CNN. Yeah, really grassroots there, Meghan. Now, I don't have a problem with Meghan investing in certain companies, but they still retain their HRH titles. They don't use it, but they still have it. So they need to be very, very careful. And news hit yesterday that the royal household, they weren't quite happy about this. Not for the fact that she's invested, but the fact the way she's gone about publicising that she's invested. And allegedly the royals aren't happy. Can you remember when they promised to continue to uphold the values of the Queen? And more than a few eyebrows have actually been raised at the way that this has gone about. And the reason being is that Oprah posted it on her Instagram story. This is what she said. On the first day of Christmas, my neighbour M sent to me a basket of deliciousness. Yes, that's M, including an emoji crown. My new drink of choice for the morning and night. I wish I had Clever Brands sooner because I would have added it to my favourite things list. And there lies the problem. It's the use of the crown. It's the use of Oprah flogging her wares. Meghan's wares, that is. The use of the crown could very well be a deciding point. That indicates a royal connection. Yes, it's petty, but these things matter to the monarchy. In the UK, we have a very stringent royal warrants protocol. Now, if you're not aware of what a royal warrant is, these are warrants that are granted by Queen Elizabeth, the Duke of Edinburgh, and the Prince of Wales. They all have their individual warrant that once granted to a product or service, that company is allowed to put that warrant on their products. It's an incredible achievement if a company obtains a royal warrant, and it is a stamp of approval. Famous companies that have got royal warrants include Heinz, Hunter for their wellies, Twinings for their tea, Waitrose, John Lewis, Marmite, Coleman's, Gordon's Gin, Jaguar Land Rovers, Weetabix, Fortnum and Mason's, Barber jackets, which we often see the royals wearing, and Barber actually holds 3 royal warrants. They hold the royal warrants for the Queen, Prince Philip and Prince Charles. Royal warrants are a prestigious mark of recognition to those who are regular suppliers of goods and services to the household of the Queen, Prince Philip and Prince Charles. And at present there is over 800 individuals or companies that hold a royal warrant of appointment. They're hard to get, but by using this crown and Meghan's affiliation, Oprah is implying that this is a royal seal of approval, and there lies the problem. Irrelevant that Meghan has never actually worn a crown, Oprah used it to make sure that that connection was honed down. We knew that it was from Meghan yesterday, and it turns out that it's Meghan's company that she's invested in. There lies the issue. It looks like it was an advertisement for Meghan, and that's product placement, and there are strict guidelines on Instagram for product placement. And as Tora said on Instagram, does Oprah realise she broke FTC rules for not disclosing her association and relationship to the brand investors? If she was asked to make the video in any way by those attached to the brand, she broke the rules by not clearly placing it in the video or captioned that it was an ad. There was no hashtag ad. It was clearly a promotion for Meghan's brand. So I'm just going to break down very simply what the FTC rules for influencers are. Influencers need to disclose any affiliation to the brand if they do posts on a social media platform, and this is a law. Doesn't apply to the company, it applies to the influencer themselves that's doing and creating the content. This applies when somebody gets a product for free as well. If a product is gifted to you and you're doing a review on a social media platform and you've got it from the company for free, these rules still apply. The FTC says that if the person that is creating the content has to disclose if they have any financial relationship, employment relationship, family relationship, or personal relationship with anything to do with the brand or its investors. This could get them into serious hot water because Meghan gifted it to Oprah under the guise of a Christmas present. She then went onto Instagram and posted to her 19.2 million followers a review. She plugged it without using that hashtag ad, and she has a connection to Meghan, who is an investor for Clever Blends. This could be a serious issue for both of them. So I'm going to go on to the brand itself. Apparently, it alleges to have probiotics in the coffee itself. And they say on their website, we blend a special heat-resistant probiotic that is only activated once digested in your body. No, I'm sorry, that's not true. Probiotics can only survive under 75 degrees Celsius, and a boiling kettle is 100 degrees Celsius. They also have a testimony on their website from Dr. Mark Hyman. Now, if you don't know Dr. Hyman, he is peddling the anti-vaxxers. He has highlighted the links between autism and the MMR jab. Even though this has been debunked, he's still harping on about it. And he also contributed to the Wellness Child website, which is a heavily anti-vaxxer website. They also tout that they give back to charity, but that's only 1% of their profits. A lot of people are now asking whether or not we're going to see Meghan in adverts promoting this wellness coffee, instant coffee at that. And there lies the issue, isn't it? I mean, Sarah Ferguson was infamous for doing the shopping channel. Is this the way that Meghan will be going? She had the tick before all of this. She was a moderately successful influencer, and I believe that this is the way that she is going to go. She's going to rely on her celebrity friends to flog her tat. Well, I hope that they abide by the FTC rules because they could land themselves in very hot water. Well, Is that hot coffee? I don't know. Now, like I said before, I don't begrudge anybody investing, but it's got to be the right thing. And they still are members of the royal family, like it or not, they still hold their HRH. Now, news is filtering through, and it was all over the breakfast news this morning that this could very well strip them of their HRH titles. I don't think they will ever be stripped of their Duke and Duchess titles, but they will have to come into consideration in this Mexit talks in March. And as Richard Palmer posted on Twitter, now Richard is the royal correspondent of the Daily Express, he said that a reminder that Harry and Meghan desire to make money from their royal status was the root cause of their departure from the Royal Foundation and ultimately the firm. The rows with staff, family, media were all reasons they quit, but this was a big part. And there lies the simplicity of it all. Money. And the use of her name, because her name is attached to royals while she still has her HRH. That is cashing in on your royal titles. End of. She could have been a silent investor. That would have been completely acceptable. She could have put her focus into building a brand, but by using Oprah to boost the brand's profile, which has now gone global, she has relied on the status that the royal connection, her being a duchess, has provided. That isn't on. It's tacky, and you're not doing any work that the normal royals do, yet you're getting the commercial perks all rolled into one. They are using their titles to flog coffee. And as Baroness Brooke says on Twitter, why is someone who allegedly landed a $100 million Netflix contract is now pushing wellness vegan instant coffee so hard? That is a very good question. I suppose it's better than Gwyneth Paltrow and her Goop candle that smells like her hoo-ha, isn't it? Then they also, this clever blends, have an affiliate program where you can submit your details. You have to have 5,000 followers on a social media platform, and you can apply for them to send you stuff and flog their wares. This is dangerous territory because you are using other people to make you money. And we're going down the road of that tummy flat tea that the Kardashians are flogging. Is this really what royal connections have come down to? The amount that's actually been invested has not been disclosed. It's been requested by various media outlets and by Fortune magazine, but the request was denied. So we don't actually know whether it was a minor investment or a major investment. But let's not forget that they, up until January this year, had been receiving up to £2 million from the monarchy, from Prince Charles themselves. That is exactly what Prince Charles. It's actually a bit iffy on whether or not they are still getting that. The mission statement website said that they will still retain those financial incentives from Prince Charles, but drop the sovereign grant. But media outlets also confirmed that they are not taking any money from Charles whatsoever. Nothing really has been confirmed or denied. It's all speculation. If they are still receiving money from Prince Charles, is this an ethical thing to use that money? Because it all goes into the same pot, doesn't it? To invest in a brand and use the royal connections to uplift a company? Is that right? Is it ethical? Because Meghan has attached herself to this brand, like I said, they are now globally known. And that, again, you have to ask, is that ethical? Because she's piped up and said, yeah, I've been invested in this. This is my new startup project. Is that right? Should she have remained silent and just been a silent investor? Or by using her royal connections, i.e. she's a duchess, has she broken the terms of the Mexit deal by planning to continue to uphold the values of the Queen? And finally, I really have to touch on the bad timing. Yesterday, media was all over her CNN video that she did, where she talked about the devastating hunger caused by COVID, yet she's now flogging a $28 14-cup bag of coffee. Polar opposites in what you said yesterday to what's come out today. A little bit of fun for ending this video. I put out a request yesterday for a mock-up of a Meghan Markle royal warrant, because obviously I spoke about royal warrants previously in this video, and the lovely Goo on Twitter has come up trumps. This is what we believe would be Meghan Markle's royal warrant. Knock yourselves out, ladies and gentlemen. So I would love to know your thoughts on all of this. Do you think that it's absolutely fine that she's investing in this coffee brand, and as is her right as an individual person, she can do with what she will? Or do you think that by leaning on friends and using the royal connections and also making sure it's public, and Oprah put it out to her 19.2 million followers on Instagram, that it broke the deals of upholding the values of the Queen? Do you think that by linking in Oprah that she's literally just said, this is my brand, this is how I'm doing it, and she's using friends to influence people to buy the brand? Do you think that by Oprah doing that and not putting a hashtag ad, that she may have broke the FTC's rules? She clearly didn't use the hashtag ad, and she has a connection to Meghan Markle, who has a connection to Clever Blends. So it could very well be an FTC violation. Do you think Oprah should have used that emoji? Do you think she was cleverly trying to make that connection? I mean, it was such a hard code to crack, wasn't it? I would love to know your thoughts on all of this. Thank you very much for watching. If you haven't already, please subscribe to my YouTube channel, hit the notification bell, and also that like button. I'd like to take this opportunity to thank all of my followers for all the tips and all the emails, DMs that everybody sends to me. It really is greatly appreciated. So thank you very much for watching once again.